Hey everyone, so I'm back with another Otaku edition video. This is basically where it's devoted to basically manga hauls, unboxings, some reviews. Why don't you, please hit that beautiful like button, hit the subscribe button, become a subscriber to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time I post something new. Well, this week it's currently the 15th of October, and I've had a lot of packages piling up, more than I know. Like the previous videos, I record every week, but the first week of this month I did not. So we've got a whole lot of packages to unpack. So why don't we get? Okay, let's get started. We'll start with the small little package first. Okay, so first up we have Those Not So Sweet Boys Volume 4. I started reading. I read 1 and 2. I waited for 3 so that I waited for 4 so that I could read 3 and 4 together. I'm enjoying. This is by the mangaka who does, that Wolf Boy Is Mine. And if you see the artwork, a lot of the artwork is very similar, particularly the characters. The character designs are very much similar. You can tell it's their art style. I like this. From what I've read so far, I'm enjoying it. I got to say, a lot of the story plot follows a bit like the Wolf Boy Is Mine. So if you like that, if you enjoyed that, that's just a 4-volume natural element that there's just a romantic slice of life sort of thing. So if you don't know this story, there are these 3 boys who are considered delinquents. These are 2 of them, and there's this girl who's currently got a job. She's working a part-time job and she's going to school. Unfortunately, working a job is not allowed. It's against the rules of their school, and somehow the chairman of her school finds out, and he offers her deal, tells her, bring these 3 delinquent guys who've been skipping out on school, bring them to school, oversee their work, and and get them back on track. Make sure they come regularly, make sure they attend classes. So this is basically the relationship of these girl and those 3 boys. From what I've read so far, I am interested. It's typical shoujo stuff, and that's right up my alley, if you know what I mean. So I am enjoying it. I am definitely going to pick up more as and when they come out. Okay, up next we have some Hiro Mashima goodness. For those of you know, I know a lot of people, hate on Fairy Tail a lot, but as I've repeatedly said, I enjoy the crap out of Fairy Tail. I love it. And as I say in every video, Nalu forever. They're my favorite couple. So this is the side story, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. I believe the art is by Atsuo Ueda, and by the storyboard and all is done by Hiro Mashima sensei. So I'm enjoying what I've read so far. This is the latest volume that's out right now, volume 8. I do have till volume 7. I have all the volumes of the 100 Years Quest that's currently out, and I'm enjoying it so far. I think we've on arc, and now we're going ahead into the Moon Dragon arc, so I'm interested in seeing how it goes. The artwork is reminiscent of Shima sensei, and I really enjoyed it. I love the action, I love the story that's going on so far. I do believe this is getting an anime adaptation. Yeah, I'm so happy. I loved Fairy Tail, watched all of Fairy Tail, enjoyed it. Next up we have more Hiro Mashima goodness. This is Eden Zero volume 12. This is the latest volume that's out. I am not caught up with the anime. Where I am right now, there are only 12 episodes of the anime out on Netflix. I don't know, I believe there are 24 overall, but I don't know why. I love Eden Zero. I say I love Eden Zero a bit more than Fairy Tail. It is a bit darker, has more consequences than Fairy Tail. Basically, it's this guy, Shiki, and he's in, it's basically Fairy Tail in space, and there's this character who looks a lot like Lucy. Her name's Rebecca. She's also got a cat, blue cat, named Happy. So it's their journey through space, trying to find mother as adventurous as part of a guild. Has lots of concepts, lots of the character designs are repeated. I don't know if I should show you anything because I don't know, spoilers and stuff. But I really enjoyed this. I do enjoy it a tad bit more than I do Fairy Tail. So if you like Fairy Tail and you enjoy it, I do suggest you give this a go. It's pretty much just turn your brain off fun, Oh look, Booksmagazine gave me this little unicorn. I love unicorns, by the way. So next up we have volumes 5, 7 and 8 of Tomo-chan is a Girl. 5, 7 and 8. I think I've already got volume 6 somewhere. I have collected up to volume 5. I'm really happy that I'm getting to, read these. I was waiting for the longest time for these to come into stock. This basically, this our lead character, this girl here who she's a bit of a tomboy, and she's like, a tough girl, and she's got this friend of hers, his childhood friend, who's basically her crush, and she wants him to look at her like a woman, but he thinks of her as, one of the guys, just one of the boys sort of thing. He doesn't look at her like the romantically in any manner. So this is her journey to getting him to, acknowledge her. This is the guy, by the way. I don't have one with his picture. Let me see if it's there in one of these. Okay, so this is the guy. So this is basically a simple 4-coma thing. I enjoy this. It's a really funny rom-com. It was one of the first manga I bought, and at that time I didn't know that 7C stuff, because I'm still pretty much a newbie to manga, that 7C stuff goes out of stock real fast. So I'm sorry, my camera got cut off there. So I had no idea that 7C stuff goes out of print and out of stock real fast, and I was paying the price for my ignorance. So this is one of the first 4-coma stuff that I ever got, and I was really hesitant, but I enjoyed it. I really have fun with this. I can't see where Tomo-chan's journey goes. I love the multicolored spine. I'm a sucker for multicolored, colorful spines, so yeah. So next up we have Sweat and Soap volume 4 and 6. Now I already got volumes 1, 2 and 3 previously. I had ordered volume 5 as well, but unfortunately volume 5 was cancelled. Originally I ordered up to 6, so 7, 8 and 9 as well. 9 is in a separate order. 7 and 8 was supposed to come in with the Fairy Tail and Eden Zero, but I don't know what happened with Amazon, why they messed up. I need to contact them and find out why it never came in. Anyway, I still need to get my hands on volume 5. It's a bit pricey at the moment, waiting for prices to go down. So Sweat and Soap. Okay. I read the first 2.5 volumes and I'm loving it. I gotta say, it's a lot more spicy than I thought it would be. There is mature content. It is an older age group romance, sort of thing, like an office romance, and I loved it. I love these two couples. Their romance is just so wholesome. It's so nice. And this guy, okay, fetish apart, he's like a really nice supporting guy to this girl. And despite her insecurity, so basically the plot line goes that she works at this bath and body products company, and she's got this thing that she sweats a lot, so she's very self-conscious about that. she's very, she uses like various soaps and all. And why she enjoys working at this company is because the products at this company are the products that just basically really suit her. And one day she comes across this guy who starts sniffing her. So he's got a bit of a smell fetish. So he loves the way she smells, and she's so sensitive about that topic. She's so cautious about it, and very, and how he helps her get over the insecurities and how they grow as a couple. Now, I gotta straight off say they form a couple pretty early on. And I know from Meet the Wheat Family's reviews, they are kind of like, there's not much, conflict in the relationship as such. I haven't reached that part yet. I haven't reached further enough to know for sure. But I'm enjoying this read. It's a really lovely read. Wholesome, but it has some mature content, so it is for older people. It does get spicy. I did not expect it to get spicy. Honestly speaking, I didn't think as spicy as it did. But I enjoy it. It's a wholesome, nice romance. Seeing these two blossom, seeing them undergo, changes, and seeing the girl particularly overcome her insecurities, it's really nice to see. And I think there are going to be 11 volumes. Right now there are 9 that are out. So yeah, can't wait for them. I will be sad when it gets over though. But yeah, right. So anyway, that's Sweat and Soap volume 4 and 6. Okay, now we got us a big one. Now I got an idea what's in this. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably just one main series, which I'm very excited to read. So let's see if it is what I think it is.
A few moments later.
It took me a while to, open that box up. So I know you guys can't see me, but I'm sweating buckets here. It's really hot, and my AC makes the sound of an industrial, whole industry on its own. So I can't put it on. Neither can I put on the phone because that's also way too loud. So this is all that was in that package. As you can clearly see, this is Oba and Obata Sensei's work, Death Note. Now I bought volumes 1, 2, 4, 5 and 6. So I've got almost the entire series, save I think for 3. So I love these black editions. I'll open one up. They just look so crisp. I gotta say, okay, I'll say they look really nice. They've got a whole lot of stuff going for them. Mainly this really deluxe matte feel, and this feel, and the gilding that's like totally black, and the page quality that's really good. But I gotta say, I like the covers of the originals better. They are more colorful, more vibrant. I do like these for their simplicity. I thought each volume has got, I think there are 2 volumes in one. Each volume's got a different character. Now I will say I've seen season 1 of the anime, and I really loved it. I saw I'm halfway through season 2. Didn't click for me, so I dropped it. I don't really know the ending much. I got halfway through season 2, so I don't really know the ending. So I am interested. I'm really hyped to read this and see what it is, how it ends, what happens to Light, what happens to L and all that. So basically the story is we have this Shinigami, there is a death god Ryuk, and he's got this note called the Death Note, where you write the name of the person, and that person immediately passes away. So this guy is lounging around, wherever he is in the afterlife, and he wants entertainment. So he drops the book onto earth, which is picked up by Light Yagami, our main character here. Now Light Yagami, he finds the book. He's like a really super smart dude, and he figures out how it works and stuff like that. So he's experimenting on using it on bad guys, on criminals, on terrorists and stuff like that. And he basically decides to bring his own form of justice and he decides to mete out justice to all the wrongdoers in his own way by killing them using the death note. So in comes L, who is sent out to find the person who's causing all these deaths, and it's like a real psychological drama. Basically it's a psychological thriller. So I really enjoyed the first season and of the anime, so I really think that I'm really keen on reading this. I will, as the minute volume 3 comes in at a decent price, I will be purchasing that. It was a little pricey compared to the other volumes. I have no idea why. Amazon, please tell me. But that was the reason I did not purchase that. I'm waiting for prices to go down before I can purchase it. But on the whole, I'm really happy with this haul. So that's all for this particular these past 2 weeks. I will see you all in the next clip. So see you again then. Hey everyone, so it is the 23rd of October and these are the parcels that came in. Quite a decent haul this month, so let's straight up start off with it. Let's start with these plastic covered ones first. So first up we have Fire Force volume 12. Now a decent chunk of this manga this month. So I'm not so sure whether the previous clips had any of Fire Force. So Fire Force is like my guilty pleasure, and here we've got Sho Kusanagi. Okay, I know I'm butchering the name. Let me just get this. Yeah. So this is the cover with Sho, who happens to be Shinra's brother. So I'm interested in seeing where this leads. It does amp up once you get into the series a bit more, and I was waiting to collect a few more volumes before I started. I had a tough time getting volume 9 and 10, but mainly volume 9. So yeah. Okay, so we have now Dr. Stone volume 6. Now I'm slowly collecting this. I had put a pause on it a bit. I have read till volume 3, I think 3 or 4. 5 and 6 I have just got recently. 5, 6, 7. I think 7 also. So this is like basically, if you love science, you're going to enjoy this. I'll see if I can put up a synopsis so you can pause and maybe read it. Anyway, I'll put it up somewhere. But this is basically with Senku, who uses the power of science to reverse the petrification which occurs. One day suddenly there's a sudden bright light and all the people in the world, all the humans in the world get petrified and turn to stone. And millions of years later, Senku and his best friend get up, and Senku is like a huge genius, and he basically uses the power of science to rebuild the world and bring it back to its original state. So if you like science and all that kind of stuff, you're going to enjoy this. It's pretty fun. I'm having fun with how much I've read so far. The art is amazing, and in many places it's really funny. I think Boichi as an artist is really good, and I'll give you a look at some of the art here. So yeah, particularly the facial expressions, some of them are done so well and so hilariously. So yeah, Dr. Stone, definitely recommend. I'm not picking, this is not very high on my priority list in picking up, but I will be catching up to this series soon. Okay, so up next we have Sweat and Soap volume 9. This is at the point of recording this video. This is the latest volume out now, currently out. There are going to be 11 volumes in this series. It's kind of bittersweet having to watch it end. I love the dynamic between these two, as I've stated numerous times. I know Meet the Weeb family often criticizes that there's not enough conflict in this relationship, but from what I hear, this is going to have a really it's going to be a punch to the gut. It's going to have loads of complex emotions, and she's going to face overcome some really big obstacles that have held her back. So as I really like this couple. They're the sweetest there is. Like I have mentioned before, this is a bit of a mature read, so it gets spicy at some points. Okay, so next up we have Fire Force, another volume of Fire Force. This is volume 14. I'm making my way up. I do believe Fire Force is going to be coming. The manga is going to end soon. I want to see where it goes, how it progresses. My one nitpick about these, oh, there seems to be some damage here. Oh man. Okay, my main nitpick with the Fire Force volumes aesthetically basically is the back. Now if you've seen the Yona of the Dawn backs, they are beautiful, gorgeous covers, but all the back covers are the same for Fire Force, and that's one huge nitpick I have for this. Now I've heard many people say that Fire Force is a little better than Soul Eater. It's by the same mangaka as Soul Eater. I have not watched or read Soul Eater. I know Square Enix is coming out with those beautiful perfect edition hardcovers. I'm on the fence of whether I should get it because they are a bit pricier side, and it's not even, I think that each book is 1.5 volumes of the original manga, but it is a bit pricey, so I'm a little hesitant to get that. But I really do, maybe after I finish Fire Force, I will give it a look. I will have a look at Soul Eater and see whether I'll get some of that. Okay, so here we have volume 7 of Dr. Stone. I, by the way, like this girl a lot, Kohaku. I think she's really amazing. She's really kick-ass and a really tough girl, and I really like her. I like her character. I'm interested in seeing where she goes. I believe she's the village shamaness's sister. And like I said, she's a total badass, and I like strong female characters. Part of the reason why I like Yona of the Dawn so much is particularly Yona undergoes such character growth. So yeah. So this is Dr. Stone. I don't know if I should show you some of the artwork. I already showed you in the previous thing. Like I said, Boichi's artwork is amazing. I do want to get the Dr. Stone reboot, the spin-off series Byakuya. I believe that the art is by Boichi and the story is by Inagaki Sensei. So I do believe that that particular spin-off has got the art and the story both by Boichi. So I want to get that, but at the moment I don't know where exactly in the timeline that story comes and after what I should watch. Like I said, I have not watched Fire Force, Dr. Stone, Dr. Stone the anime. I watched 2 episodes, I think I loved it, but I decided to read the manga first. So yeah, Dr. Stone. Like I had said, a good chunk of this haul is basically Fire Force volumes, and this was one of the volumes that I had a really tough time getting for quite some time, but luckily they restocked it, so the minute it came on sale I made a point to grab it. This guy is basically the engineer for Fire Force Company 8, so yeah, Fire Force, I enjoy it. It is going in interesting places, so I can't wait to binge read a whole lot more of this. I'm definitely interested in seeing this. So these are all the volumes that I got in this week. A whole lot of Fire Force. So yeah, I can't wait to start reading these. This is it for this week, so I'll see you guys next week. Bye. So it is currently the 29th of October, and these are all the packages that came in this week. So I'm not going to say much. Let's get straight down into it. First up, we have Fire Force Volume 13. Now, I'm piecing together Fire Force. I'm trying to connect, like I said, most of them, I collect them sequentially. So, I think I have Volume 15 and 11 left so far that I have. They'll be coming in. Beyond that, I haven't collected. But Fire Force is on my priority list. I do want to read it. I enjoy it. It's a guilty pleasure. I've said it time and time again. Like I've mentioned the plot. I don't know whether I should show you some of the artwork, but things are really heating up. And early on, when I had first started Fire Force, I remember Man Manga Boy had said that it does amp up, and I'm glad I listened to him, and I'm really enjoying where this is going right now. It does take a bit of a darker turn. I don't know if Soul Eater takes that much of a dark turn, but like I've said before, after reading Fire Force and seeing this mangaka's artwork and their story, I gotta say I'm very, very intrigued by Soul Eater. So maybe I will invest in it, or maybe I will give the anime a go. Let me know, should I go for, when I go into Soul Eater, should I go in first for the manga, or should I go in with the anime? So let me know down in the comment section down below. Spy Family Volume 4. Now I have been waiting for this for a long time, and I only read till Volume 2. I got Spy Family Volume 3 quite some time back, and I managed to get my hands on Volume 5 as well. As of recording this, Volume 6 is out, and I will be buying that as well. But I waited forever to get this with this cute little doggy in the picture. If you guys don't know, I love dogs, cats, and basically all animals except reptiles. I get a little weirded out by reptiles, but I love dogs and cats. I've always been a dog and a cat owner, and for the longest time in my family, and so we tend to gravitate more towards dogs. But from what I understand, this little pooch here, this pooch can see the future. From that, at least that's what I think. And now that I finally have Volume 4, I can't wait to start reading how much I have of Spy X Family. I don't know, Spy X Family, I don't know how to say it. Let me know in the comment section down below. I enjoy this. Now this manga is, if you're getting into if you're getting into manga, you're very new to it, like I was when I started this is exactly some perfect material with which you can jump off. I love the relationship in the family. So it's basically we've got this spy Twilight, and he needs to set up this fake family for his mission to infiltrate one school. So he gets a daughter. He manages to rope in someone who will be the wife. And the thing is, it's such a dysfunctional family because as we know, Twilight is a spy. His daughter Anya happens to be a telepath, and the woman Yor, he manages to rope in to be the wife and the mother. She ends up being an assassin. Now none of them know this about each other, save of course Anya, who happens to be the telepath. And Anya, let me tell you, Anya, she is the cutest little thing on this planet. She's really, really sweet. Now I don't know how this is going to go further. I have no idea how the dog comes in and out, but you better believe that I'm going to be reading 3, 4 and 5 as soon as I finish recording this video. Yes. So if you are new to manga reading, I definitely suggest you give Spy Family a go, because it's a perfect jumping off platform. And it's really fun. It's got action, it's got humor, it's got comedy, it's got everything. It's got heart, a great deal of heart, surprisingly great deal of heart. So definitely give this a go. Definitely one of my favorite manga. Okay, Death Note Volume 3. So Death Note, this was the one volume I was missing from the previous clips where I had bought all of Death Note, the black editions. I love these black editions. They just look awesome. Like I have mentioned before, though, I like the cover of the singles a bit better, but I'm enjoying what I've got so far. So with this, I complete my series of Death Note. I've already dived straight into it, I gotta admit, and I haven't gone past where I watched it in the anime yet, but I want to see how it goes. Like I mentioned before, I dropped the anime in halfway through season 2, just did not do it for me. I don't know whether the manga follows the same plotline as the anime, and I'm interested in seeing. I got to say, I like the manga. I mean, I don't know. Right now, I don't know whether I like the manga more or the anime more, but I definitely look forward to finding out what my preference is. But Death Note, the Black Edition, is an amazing way to collect the series. The artwork is amazing. I believe Takeshi Obata is, I don't know whether he's doing the story and the art, but I believe Platinum End is also by the same duo. I think it's the duo. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe the same duo has done Platinum End, and I'm really interested in getting into Platinum End. I see those covers for Platinum End online, and I love that holographic look. But as of right now, I'm having trouble getting volume 2 of Platinum End. So maybe that's why I'm not diving into that yet, but that is definitely on my on my wish list right now. So that's, Death Note Black Edition volume 3. Oh no, I damaged this while cutting it. Oh man, I'm so pissed now. Volume 8 and volume 7 of Sweat and Soap. Sorry guys, but I'm hating myself for this right now. I kind of damaged this a bit. I don't know if you can see the cut I made accidentally while opening this. Oh, if you can see that. Oh, I hate myself right now. I really hate myself for this. Oh man, this is the first time this has happened to me. I wish I hadn't done that. Oh man. Okay. As you can see, I've got a new box cutter, and it is very sharp compared to my previous one. So yeah. So anyway, we have Sweat and Soap volume 8 and 7. Anyway, I know I'm going to collect this. I don't think I'll be ever reselling this, and I'm going to definitely keep this in my collection. Now I have with this, I think I have volume 9 also had come in. I have the whole thing that's currently out. This series ends at volume 11. So but I do not have volume 5. I'm having a difficult time tracking volume 5. So that's the only thing. What can I say about Sweat and Soap? It's absolutely lovely. It's a wholesome romance office situation for older people, and I'm loving it. I'm already into my 4th volume, and I'm enjoying it. But since I don't have the 5th volume, I'm gonna have to hold off on these a bit. But I'm heartbroken that I did this. How could I do this? I'm gonna hate myself for such a long time right now. Anyway, so these are all that I got in this week. So yeah, that's all I have for this month's haul. Straight off, if you haven't, I'm going to remind you guys again, if you haven't, please take some time, smash that like button. It helps me out. Hit the subscribe button, become a subscriber to my channel, and hit the post notification bell so that you're notified every time I post something new. Of course, if you want to contact me, I'm available on my social media. Links will be in the description down below. They're also currently up on the screen. You can check me out on Twitter, simply @Mercy_D. On Instagram @Mercy_SD. You can check out the Funny Pajamas page at simply @FunnyPajamas. If you guys want to email me, you can hit me up on my email simply on mercy@funny-pajamas.com. And in the case of my channel, everywhere pajamas is with a Y. So I have got an amazing stack of manga. Basically, pretty much a lot of the same series, chunks of the same series, and I'm really excited to get into it and dive more deep into it. So that's all I have for this month's haul. See you next time. See you in the next one. Till then, this is Mercy signing out. Bye. Have a good one, everyone.